podcast.
Bring your friends.
And we're live on the Rico podcast with myself, Eric.
I'm glad we didn't record before we go.
No, that's why we always warm up.
It got dark.
It got real dark all of a sudden.
Horrible.
Oh God. The owner of Stone Gremlin Productions and someone who Steve Joyner introduced us to, Mr. Brad Jones.
Hey, how's it going? I am the owner of Stone Gremlin Productions. I'm going to put that on a business card.
There you go.
Yeah. How did you come up with that name, by the way?
High school. It was high school.
Okay.
My friends and I, we would make just these short ad-libbed movies, and after we did a couple of them, they would only take like a night to shoot. We'd stop whenever we were like, oh, we're kind of tired. Let's just shoot an ending really quick. We were like, oh, what do we call our production company? And my buddy Dave Gobble, he's on my site sometimes. He had a paper mache stone gremlin. And another friend of ours saw that and just kind of goes, what about Stone Gremlin? And we're like, oh, okay, let's do that. And we have just kept it ever since.
Oh my God.
I think the Gremlin is still around here somewhere too.
Dude, that's pretty dope.
Yeah, it should be copyrighted by now, right?
Yeah, you
For
should
as long as you've had
You
it.
should put that.
I should 20
like
over
that.
20 years later, like
Yeah.
25 years later, I should probably look
Yeah.
into that.
Damn.
Yeah, it should
20
be.
years.
I don't know if the grandfather's in. How's that work? I don't know.
I don't know. That's a good question though. I think you would have to like, yeah. You'd have to definitely grandfather that in a little bit. I think.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the
Look, it's on this whole movie we made. It's written on toilet paper. That means it's official.
It's I
really-
signed it. You see right there?
Yeah.
real.
As long as it's signed and dated, I think you're good. I think you're
I
covered.
don't think that's accurate. I don't.
No,
That's
no,
very
it doesn't. It works for a check.
For marriage licenses, but you know.
Yeah, and marriage licenses, driver's license, taxes. If it's, you sign it and date it, boom, done.
Oh, it's in high school, so a good spit shake will do.
There you go.
The spit shake. Oh,
Yeah.
God. You're making me
There.
feel old shit.
At least he didn't say pinky swear. That would be
My wife does that.
pinky swear.
Yeah.
Turns out that does not hold up in court.
Yeah, that does not. I tell you, I've never told you that. Like the first time that I met my wife before she got in the car, we've
Yeah.
been talking for a while. She goes, "You have to pinky swear me that you won't make a skin suit out of me."
And then he did it and goes like, "You said nothing about killing you. You said to make you
Yeah.
a skin suit." So
So you had your fingers crossed behind your back.
yeah,
No, God, no,
That voids everything.
bro. I wish that was the deal.
yeah.
Sometimes I love my
If I
wife.
knew that, I would have
I,
done that while I was taking my vows when I got married.
Oh God. Oh my God, no.
It's like I want half your stuff. It's like, actually, I crossed my fingers behind my back, so null and void doesn't count. Give me my shit back.
Dude, I appreciate you doing this. I know you
Yeah, of course.
pretty busy. Like your
Mhm.
channel is growing like hotcake. 100 and over 180,000 like subscribers, over 2,700 videos. Like, what
Oh,
is your?
yeah, it is quite a bit.
Cocaine, Craig,
Adderall.
What is Adderall? What is your secret?
I got nothing else to do.
I'm unemployed. That's
my
That's
my my secret might be I am a heavily ADHD, so it could be like I got to work on this project right now. Got to work on this project right now. This one, and then forget about all of them and move on to like 5 more projects.
yeah.
How do you pick like what do you want to review? Like, do you have like a system or something?
Really, it comes down to whatever I kind of feel like doing that week. Like I do have like a list of where it's like, okay, like at some point I'd like to talk about this, this, or this. And that list has existed for like 15 years and there's stuff that's been on there a long time. Sometimes it really is just like in ones like the new Hellraiser that's out. So okay, I gotta do that. Or
Mhm.
if
I'm not
there's
watching
No.
If there's a new Halloween Ends is out, so I did one on Halloween Kills. Like there's those and the holiday episodes. Then it's just sort of like I went down a rabbit hole a few months ago and came across this 70s movie about a boxing kangaroo called Matilda. I'm like, oh my God, I got to talk about that. Like, so
Yeah.
sometimes it's just like in the moment.
Have you done Jojo Rabbit?
I did we had a midnight screenings of it. We had like a vlog review when it came out.
What'd you think about that movie?
We liked it. I remember us giving it a positive review. I see so many movies that I'll remember if I liked it or disliked it. But if a few weeks go by, it's hard for me to remember a lot of specifics about why I liked something. I could just remember like, I gave that a positive review.
What about Matilda? How was
the
that
kangaroo movie? Oh, I will always remember that one. That was from the producer of The Godfather, and it was a movie with Elliot Gould from '78 where they happen upon a boxing kangaroo and they're like, oh man, this is a gold mine, like we got to get this kangaroo in the ring. And it's great because it's just a guy in a kangaroo costume that is kind of horrifying looking, and the mob is after them. Like there are parts where you can tell that it's produced by Al Ruddy, who produced The Godfather, because there will be parts where like they'll do like sound alikes of the Godfather theme, and like a gangster wants to find the kangaroo and steal his tail, and then Luca Brasi is in the film. Like it was just one of my favorite things.
Okay, because they had another movie about a kangaroo. It was like Big Red or something like that.
Kangaroo Jack.
Kangaroo Jack. Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Well, you probably should not remember it. Actually,
that must have not been.
It was horrible. It was horrible.
I like
Matilda
horror.
Was better.
Yeah.
See, I like horror movies a little too much. If I'd be reviewing a horror movie, I'd be like, listen, you might shit your pants. You might not shit your pants. Just depends like how psychologically broken you are. Like The Ring terrifies the shit out of me to this day, and so is The Grudge. Like, that movie. Have you ever seen that one?
The Grudge?
Yeah.
No.
Have you ever seen that one, Brad? Oh, I lost you there.
He is.
1 sec.
It's like technical difficulty. Let's see.
Can you hear us there, Brad? Oh, we don't hear you. Oh, hold on. We're having some issues here. All right. We had some technical difficulties there.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. So we're not talking about The Grunge.
The Grudge.
The Grunge.
Ever.
We're not talking about Grunge.
I've never watched it. Okay.
Grunge
I don't
is
care.
music.
Both are terrifying.
What the fuck do you listen to? You listen to country music, don't you?
I don't. I don't even listen to the radio anymore. What are you talking
about?
Grunge country.
Grunge country. I don't think that's a thing. That sounds like y'all alternative. It's like taking
that'd be weird. A country store with dreadlocks.
There's a first time for everything.
That's true.
No. Don't encourage it, Brad.
That's true. Jamaican cowboy. How about that? There we go.
Movies nowadays, just like I'm
moving on.
Movies nowadays, like I don't know, man. I feel like they're losing traction in the theaters. Like I just feel like doing movies and like putting them out on the theaters is like losing traction. Like, do you see that a lot happening, or is there people still like going to like theaters and stuff like that?
Oh yeah, I still see people at theaters all the time. I mean, I'm there at least a couple of times a week, but really it seems like it's usually just a certain kind of movie that does very well now. I mean, there's still movies that make $1 billion at the theater.
Mhm.
Granted, it's usually like the blockbusters, of course, or your Marvel or your Disney movies. There's still very good turnouts in the theater for horror films. a lot of those I go see, especially ones that have really good word of mouth, will have like a pretty packed crowd. Like when we went to go
okay.
when we went to go see
The horror.
Terrifier 2, it was very crowded. Same with like Smile or Barbarian.
Hold on, how was Smile? We had somebody that
Smile was really good.
Oh.
We
Yeah,
had
enjoyed the hell
someone,
out of it.
we had someone that was an extra or
Yeah.
something, or she had like a couple parts in it.
Mhm.
And she was
Yeah.
like, it was very good. I can't talk about it. And I'm like,
I
tell me.
can't-
She's
I
like,
can't
"I
talk
can't
about
tell you,
it.
but
It's got smiling in it, I can say that.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like that just makes me want to go watch it.
Yeah.
Even more. Like, dude. And the things that are coming out now, like, is like, it's like really like, the Smile thing, right? It's like
Mhm.
things
Yeah.
that you were like, no, that's not creepy. That's that's
Yeah.
terrifying. That can't be.
Yeah. It's a
Depends who's
creepy
doing the
movie.
smiling. Yeah.
What'd you say, Brad?
I said it's a creepy movie.
I gotta
Hmm.
watch it now. I want to watch it. I'll watch it before I go to bed too.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
perfect.
yeah, there's nothing wrong with doing that. Of course not. Yeah.
That's not a sign of anything at all.
No, that's normal. Everybody does that. I need something to put me to sleep. Let's see.
I
Random
still do.
stabbing should just lullaby me right
Oh
out.
my God.
I still do go see some movies where I'm the only one in the theater.
Oh,
But usually then it's one of like the faith-based movies.
Oh, that's
Okay.
interesting. That's interesting. Huh.
I
I
wouldn't,
would think.
I wouldn't
I
have
would
thought
think.
that actually.
Yeah, I would. Out of all the types of movies, that's not the kind. I would have thought like the slasher movies didn't do so well. But
Oh
again,
no, those do
out of-
well.
Yeah.
Yeah, horror does well in the theaters. But there's so many movies released now that even when you go see something that you love, within the next week or two, you might have seen like about 10 or 20 other new movies. Like there's just between streaming, between the theater and whatever else, like things just kind of come out to have like an opening weekend, and sometimes that's about it. Like it doesn't seem like there's a lot made to have much lasting power necessarily. Well, sure, some, but like when it's your job, when it's your living to go see all of these, it is harder nowadays for them to sit with you for a while, because you kind of got to pick and choose now what you go see, because there are so many movies out there.
Now,
And
do
it-
you do any of the streaming ones? Because there's some that just come on, like Netflix or HBO or
Yes.
stuff like
I'll
that.
pull it up right here.
Sometimes I'll review stuff, a lot of horror movies I do now. It used to be, when we started this like 15 years ago, when we started this, it was very easy to go out and just see everything that came out in theaters, because it was before streaming, so it was easy for us to see everything. And now, especially recently, it's kind of gotten to the point to where we're just a lot choosier. It's like, well, okay, I think the audience will be interested in this one. I don't know if I really need to go see this rom-com necessarily. And as far as streaming goes, yeah, we're pretty choosy about those. Like the
Okay.
horror movies we stick to quite a bit, especially the Shudder movies. If something's got a funny title like that, like an eye-catching funny title. I watched one the other day where it was a rip-off of Casper, and it was called Ghoster. I was like, okay, that's funny. I mean, the movie's not funny, but like the fact it exists, it's funny. So I'll review that one.
What was it again?
Ghoster.
It rhymes with coaster.
Yeah.
That
Casper
already
the
sounds-
Friendly Ghost ripoff, like
Yeah.
timely. And in the movie, at first he's like, "I'm Ghoster," and then later they're like, "Is that your real name?" And he's like, "No, it's William." Like, idiot
Oh
ghost.
God, they named him William.
Yeah.
Bro.
He's
Get
a dead
that
ghost kid.
How come they didn't put like a 16th century dead ghost in there, and his name
Why
was?
can the ghost never be a brown ghost? Like, could you imagine if a brown ghost is like a Hispanic person was on?
Are you
your
kidding?
house?
As soon as they can, they get out of there. What are you talking about?
Why? They be partying it up, bro. They clean the
Yeah,
house.
like in the Frighteners.
Yeah.
Chai McBride was living it up in that movie.
That is true. That is
This
very
turned,
true.
This turned on me so fast.
I
So well.
I like that movie too. The
Oh,
Frighteners. That was
God,
pretty
no.
good.
No. God, no.
Yes. Yes.
I just want to see. I'm just into lately. I've been on an anime binge again.
You have.
It's my season. It's my season for
Mm.
anime. There's too many things out there. Too many
Yeah.
good things that are having millions of views.
Oh yeah, they've been putting out a lot here lately.
It's coming, man. It's coming. It's just coming. Brad, I do have a question.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I'll ask you that one offline.
Uh-oh.
I don't know how you'll take that.
It's that type of question.
Is
It's a secret.
It's
like-
Let's keep this between us, okay?
I think I want to do what you do, but do it with porn videos.
I do have porn episodes. Those are I do like on the main for a while we have like I think my second episode was on Porno Holocaust, and we've done episodes on 4 ET pornos. There's one called Strokemon, 10-inch Mutant Ninja Turtles,
okay.
Tugrats.
How have I never seen this?
Yeah, and I don't update that. It used to be that was like kind of a main genre we did until it proved to be a little more difficult to release those on YouTube. But we do. I'm not even kidding. We do have a Pornhub channel where we have uncut episodes of like an X-Men porn, a Batman one.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay.
When
we
judge
started,
it, you're like, see, that's
Wow.
a weak stroke. Like you said, that's a weak stroke right there. Put your heart into it, bro. Like,
yeah, like
Is that the
when
Batman
we
one
started
where
out,
he's
that
training
was
Robin?
that was among some of our most popular when we first started.
oh God.
Okay.
Pornhub, dude. Probably if you had a, damn, that's actually smart though. Because I wonder how many people on. No. Think about it. Like how many people are on Pornhub, and if you put your
Yeah. Well, if you type in Stone,
you should put the podcast.
You type in the Cinema Snob over on Pornhub.
We should put the podcast on Pornhub. Could you imagine? Man, how did you guys got 50 million followers? Don't worry about that.
Yeah,
all the
yeah.
reviews are bad. It's like
These are bad. Like this is the worst porno.
this is,
I'm
I
getting
watched a whole hour and did nothing.
There's some of them that have accumulated a decent amount of views over on Pornhub, and I know that it's just because like I did a porn parody of Justice League when Zack Snyder's when the Snyder Cut came out, and I put it on Pornhub like the week that the Zack Snyder movie came out. And it did start getting a decent amount of views, and I know it's just because like people were searching for Justice League porn and they happened to click on my video and probably didn't watch very much of the video because they're not there to watch a review, but it did get some clicks.
People are in the middle of jerking off, be like, you know what? I do want to hear what he has to say about
Let me
this.
see. Let me hear some of his jokes
you know,
about
I
this
am
movie.
gonna comment, honey. Get me a wet
Yeah.
wipe. I'm gonna
Give me a
comment.
wet
I'm gonna comment.
Merits my attention. This merits my attention, not my erection.
Yeah.
Yes,
Merits my. That's good.
that is good.
Oh my God, dude, we got to put the podcast on Pornhub now.
Yeah,
It's just
you have to.
Have a little window like of
Yeah.
some like sex footage on the bottom of it.
Listen,
Yeah.
whatever is gonna get people to join the Patreon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Normally won't have us. So
But then you would know though. Like that would be awkward to meet like a fan and be like, "Yeah, I love your show. Where do you watch?"
the hub.
You know.
Yeah, I'm
I-
on the hub. Yeah, I'm on the
I
hub.
was a guest at a porn convention. It was Exotica Expo. It was the first convention back after the lockdowns,
Mhm.
and so like, oh yeah, my first convention back's gonna be a porn one, of course. And
Yeah.
it was fun. There was all of these like, you know, Pornhub celebrities, adult film celebrities, like Stormy
Mhm.
Daniels was there. And then there's me, the guy who talks about ET porn.
I didn't think Stormy Daniels was working in the industry anymore. That's interesting.
She doesn't, but she
Well-
was there like still as a guest. Like she was promoting her book. Um, she had a book out at the time, and she was promoting that. Evan Stone was there, and a few others.
Huh.
Hmm.
I
'Cause
know one
she-
person out of that name list.
Stormy Daniels came out and said that Trump ruined her.
I know. That's
Yeah,
it.
that's
I
it.
was like
That's
thinking,
it.
oh my god, I don't know who any of those porn stars are.
You got some movies to catch up on.
Yeah. Like, they're doing a
Justice
DC
League.
revival on
You're doing a
Pornhub.
DC.
So
But could you imagine, bro, that if that like made the DC movies go?
Oh yeah, the costumes are very good in the comic book porn,
Brad.
comic book porn
Hey,
parodies.
Hey,
Brad,
click,
my man.
clicks or clicks? Clicks or clicks? Okay. Doesn't matter.
He said the customer.
They are. There's surprisingly a decent amount of money put into the costume budget.
Well, they have to take some rough abuse, I would imagine.
Yeah. You can kind of get caught up in the story sometimes. Yeah. Like you'll be watching it and be like, this guy's actually a pretty good Joker.
Yeah.
Yeah, Evan
Plumber's
Stone.
not-
Evan Stone is a really good Riddler. So you're kind of there was when these were on YouTube, like now on the Pornhub episodes, yeah, it shows the sex scenes. But when I was doing some of these over on YouTube,
Mhm.
I'm like the only person who can say I was literally watching it for the plot, because that's all I could show. Like, it's not like I could show the hardcore sex scenes over on YouTube. So I'm just
Yeah.
talking about like the plot scenes and everything. And I'll be like, this actually is a pretty good parody of Sex in the City.
Hmm.
Parody Sex in the City.
Yeah, it was better than the Sex in the City movies.
What?
Yeah, it was. It was like I just go from the TV series to this
Oh my
movie.
Yeah.
god, no.
So Mr. Big was big.
Yeah, and Evan Stone played him in that too. He was a very good Mr. Big.
Speaking of porn stars, there's a porn star that hurt herself at a convention. I think it was like a Twitch convention or something. She broke her back.
Jesus.
Have you heard about this?
She was
No,
No, there's a porn star. Hold on. Hold on. And that's how Adriana, I'm not gonna say that fucking name because I'm gonna fuck it up. I am not even gonna attempt. Chechik? Adriana Chechik broke her back. Broke her back
Wow.
during, was it TwitchCon?
Wow.
Yeah, TwitchCon.
Yeah.
During TwitchCon.
yeah, I didn't hear about that.
Bro. Twitter today. It happened like
Yeah.
days ago. And I was like, it happened like over a week ago, actually. And I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
oh, bro.
There's
Like,
some positions you
Ugh.
just shouldn't do.
No,
Yeah.
fucking, I fucking knew you were going there. Oh, she like legit, like, that's breaking your back like that.
No.
Dude, I don't wish that upon anybody. Yeah, it's funny. You were talking about porn stars, and I was like, what was I just reading about a porn star? Because, I have to go out there and keep my porn star facts intact.
You gotta
you
keep them.
keep it
Yeah.
straight. Yeah. Calling you out. Yeah.
I don't want to look weird.
I don't-
Really. It was
sir, hide your. No, that's okay. I'm used to that.
it was very hard for me to describe to my in-laws what I do for a living, especially because my wife comes from a Mormon family. So it was just be like, I talk about movies online.
bro, how did that happen?
Yeah.
How did you?
Did-
How did?
Yeah.
How
Do
you-
they know Mitt
huh?
Romney?
Do they know him personally?
No, stop. Don't encourage it, Brad. Don't feed it. Don't feed it.
He brings casseroles over all the time.
Yeah, I figured he did. I mean, it's a
Yeah.
close community.
God bless my life.
Mhm.
He does now. You gotta involve this. Oh God. How did you I gotta ask, how did you explain it? Like,
I don't know if I've ever actually brought up like that I have porn episodes. But I remember at our wedding, my dad was talking to my father-in-law, and I think they were talking about my job, and my dad goes, "Yeah, after all these years, I'm still not really sure what he does for a living." Like, or like, no, he knows what I do, just like in terms of describing it to another person. So I think that like when my wife and I first started dating, she probably told their family like that like, oh, you know, he talks about movies online and does like comedy videos and things like that. And when this was actually like really good timing when I first met her mom and her sister. We were in Chicago, and we were spending the weekend in Chicago, and this was within maybe an hour of meeting him. We're waiting for a Metra, and I got recognized. Like a fan recognized me and came up and was like, "Are you Brad Jones?" I'm like, "Yeah," and like we took a picture and everything. That was really good timing, because then after that, my mother-in-law, my now mother-in-law, was like, "Okay, so tell me more about what you do for a living." Like it was at that moment where she was like, "Oh, I think this is like, okay, this is actually like a career he has."
This is legit. He wasn't making it up. I told you.
Yeah. People, I was just talking to a friend of mine, a comic comedian friend of mine, that he's been putting out content like crazy, right?
Yeah.
Just working and like doing like traveling, and he's like, "Man, I just don't feel like I'm doing any better." I'm like, "Dude, I see your shit. Like I see it from the outside, like what's happening.
Yeah.
Like, how are you not seeing it?" And he's like, "Oh, well, my family." And I'm like, "Yeah, but they don't have to get it." Like,
Yeah.
it's working. It's working. Why are you gonna fuck with the recipe? You know?
Yeah.
It's like telling people you're an interpreter. It's like Google Translate, and I'm like, "Listen, motherfucker."
Yeah. No, but it is hard to judge your own progress, because you're right there. You don't notice the little improvements you're doing over time, and everybody else does from the outside.
Yeah. It's, you know,
Depends on how much you hang out in the comments too, or on social media.
Well, yeah.
no, not at all.
That can affect your, especially if you're just starting out.
That's true.
God, no, that I learned that lesson from a few people. It's like, don't ever look at the comments. I'm like, what? Don't ever look at the comments.
Luckily on our end, like the comments are really good. We've been doing it for so many years that it really is like a good community in there. And and I'm a lot older now, so like when one is like really negative, I don't care. Like I'm fine with it. Sometimes I'll even like joke back with them, you know. Like but I don't really go on social media that much. I will look at comments only because when a video first goes up, for a little bit, I like to see them just in case there's something wrong with the video. Like if there's something I need to trim or do something like that.
Yeah.
But after all these years, we've got like a really good community.
That's good. That's why I have my assistant look at all the comments. I know.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is your assistant?
My cat.
It's Siri.
You mean the CIA?
Whatever.
CIA. The CIA is looking at my comments.
The FBI, whatever. And then,
bro, could you imagine having that job? Like, I would think that's a shit job.
Like, what, looking at comments?
No, like being in the CIA, like going through all that fucking badass training, be like, all right, your first assignment.
Translate. You have to listen to Siri.
You have to listen to Siri all day.
Yeah.
All day.
My attention would wander. I'd be like, someone needs to sum up these documents for me. My attention's drifting.
Yeah,
like,
after 6 hours, somebody could be talking about a terror plot, and you're just like,
I would be trying to listen.
Yeah.
I would be trying to listen in on the people that are like purchasing like wild shit on Amazon.
Yeah.
27-inch dick? For what? What do you need that for? It's like, let me listen in on this.
You can buy mayonnaise in 20 pounds. Why would you do that? Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
that is something I would do.
Yeah.
Like I need emergency mayonnaise.
Emergency man.
Yeah.
Well, just put it in an IV, bro. Shit.
Oh, that's the stuff.
That's
Bro,
it.
that's how I swear the only way. Like, don't get me wrong. I understand that people can get heavy, but it's like when I see people that are like 600-700 pounds, I'm like, what happened? like what happened? Like, were you like IVing just cheese and like mayonnaise?
It seemed like a good idea at the time.
Seemed-
I still have my college diet. I gained
I
700 pounds.
That's like what people say. It's like I thought I still maintained the level of activity I maintained in the military. No, you didn't. Shut the fuck up.
No, you did. You did not. You did not.
Stop the madness.
No,
I
Those
did-
days of running.
No, you did not. I know I don't.
I did put on weight when I first started this. Yeah, like 15 years ago or something like that. Like when I first started this, I was able to do this for a living. So I started working from home. So I wasn't going out as much. My sleep schedule got like way off. I was going out and partying a lot, but I just suddenly wasn't getting much exercise. I wasn't walking or doing anything. I'd be eating at like 3 o'clock in the morning or something. And I did put on like a bit of weight until it was like a few years later or something. We were doing a movie and I wrote it. There's like a scene where there's like a scene where I'm shirtless in it, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna write this scene in there to give me like the motivation to lose weight.
I seen myself with a shirt
But
off.
that's the
I
thing,
have to
though.
do something about this.
Dude, that's the thing. That's the thing. You have to like really hate what you see in order to like destroy it.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
sure.
That's how I feel about it. It's like, no, I don't like this.
Oh yeah, definitely. And like I've like kind of consistently like kept it off since then. And
Dude,
then
you're
I do go out and I do go out for my walks. I stay within my calorie limit and everything.
Nice.
I go to bed at a decent hour.
Yeah, that's one thing that I
like a
struggle
grown
with.
up.
That's one thing.
Yeah, I'm like a grown up now. At 40 years old.
A real boy. Yeah.
That's to my kid the other day. I did the Stitch voice.
Yeah.
She's like looking around, and then she looked at her Stitch doll, and I'm like, I swear to you, I was like, I can't do this. It breaks my heart. So I was like, it's that he's doing that. I wonder how much I could have like milked that. Like,
Oh, you could have done that.
She starts talking to it. I'm like, I don't hear it. Do you hear it? I don't know.
You could have done that for a year before she would catch on.
Oh no, I can't.
Yeah, you
do
could
that.
have.
I can't. I don't have the heart. I don't have the heart.
She
to
would
do
be
that.
beating up Stitch in the corner. Say something. Say something.
At night. She's just fucking rear naked choking the doll. Oh man, dude, how do you keep like family and like work separated, especially at like the level that you're at?
Mhm.
Like, how do you keep that separate?
Keep family and work separate. Oh, that's easy. I'm not gonna be like, hey grandma, want to watch this porn episode with me that I gotta review?
He's a real good Riddler. He's a real good Riddler.
No, it's to where like my wife and I have like similar hours in that. I mean, with my stuff, since I work from home, I write and edit all day, so really I make my own hours. But my wife works a 9-to-5 job, so I just like time it along with her as we're working at the same time. When she gets home, we're offline, we're off the internet, we're watching a movie, TV show, having dinner. So we just like, we keep the same hours, and then we just don't do like internet shit really, like whenever she gets off work. But sometimes like she'll if I got to go see a movie that she really wants to see, I mean, and usually it's like the horror films, she goes with me, so she likes that part of my job.
That's pretty dope. Being able to
Yeah.
Like, we're gonna go watch a movie. Like,
Yeah.
So you don't really have to worry about stalkers or anything. So you're good.
Stalkers? No.
no, why would that would if something fucking happens after today, he's gonna fucking call me and be like, hey, what the fuck, bro? Like, oh no, stalkers.
No,
That
I'm
would
just saying
be-
sometimes you get somebody that keeps wanting your autograph. And it sucks when you recognize them. It's like, oh, I know who you are. Yeah.
Maybe the stalker just, maybe she just wants some love, man.
Could be.
Maybe they want some love.
Shows up dressed like me.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm your biggest fan.
yeah, well, I gotta invite them in. They took the effort and made this costume.
Don't be rude.
I can't be. Yeah, exactly. I can't be rude.
Oh my god! How to handle a stalker? I think that would throw the stalker off, though. Like if I'm a stalker and you're like, "Come on in," you just look at me, you're like, "Oh no."
Ooh, that would be a good movie twist.
Oh,
yeah, that would be good. I'd like that.
Threw me the fuck off. Have you seen the second Orphan movie?
Yeah, I really liked it.
Bro, spoiler alert. Hold on, anybody listening from here on out, spoiler alert. So the next 5 minutes, I'll do 5 minutes. Just fucking skip it over. Dude, have you seen that?
No.
You want me to?
Yeah, go ahead.
Bro, so it's you know what the Orphan movie is, right? It's about allegedly this woman that was from another country that was 30 something, but was trapped in the body, has some sort of disease. I'm butchering it. And she convinces this family to like take her and pretends to be this kid from America. But the family knows that that's not the kid because the mom murdered the girl and lied to the fucking dad.
Yeah. I was surprised by the movie. Like, I did go into it with, because I really liked the first Orphan, and this one. I did go into it maybe not really low expectations, but not high expectations, because I was like, okay, she does not look like she could pass. It's 10 years after the first one. She doesn't look like she could pass as like a 12-year-old. But the movie was so like tightly written, and you could tell they kind of knew that going in, where they were like, okay, we really got to put a lot of effort in here if we're asking an audience to kind of buy along with all of this. And they did. They made it work. Like, I really enjoyed it. It was a nice surprise.
I was in my living room screaming like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Who do I hate? Who do I hate more? The bitch that's trying to get to America and just stay, or the bitch that killed the daughter and lied to the guy? And she's like, kill you. And she's like,
funny thing about it is like you are kind of rooting for the orphan a little bit.
You are. That's the fucked up part. You're like, man, I hope she kills his family.
Yeah.
The last one, they didn't deserve it. This fucking family.
This one.
Yeah.
Like, bro, that bitch was twisted. It's like, and then she dresses her up. She's like, well, you're gonna wear this clothes and you're gonna sound like her. And I'm like,
oh man, it sounds like that hitchhiker joke.
Which one?
Oh, a guy picks up a hitchhiker, and the hitchhiker goes like, "Aren't you afraid I'm a serial killer?" And he's like, "The odds are there are 2 serial killers here."
Oh my god, no!
Oh, I like that.
No.
That's good.
No, that's just God. No, so I'll never.
That's why you don't pick up hitchhikers
No
anymore.
I don't think that's a bad name to call homeless people, bro. Like, what's up, man? Come on, man.
They never have their thumb out. What are you talking about?
I like it when you see road signs that are like no hitchhiking signs, and the sign is always like a thumb with a circle and line through it.
I've never seen that. I've seen the one of like people crossing, like for like where the immigrants like
like
that in Arizona. I've seen that sign.
Yeah.
And the first time I saw it, I was like, what the fuck am I looking at? I had to stop and Google it because I was like, wait a minute, I need to know what this is. And I pulled it up and I was like, what?
My favorite one is when you drive, I forget the stretch of road, but it has a sign up. It says hitchhikers are escaped inmates.
Oh, in Arkansas,
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
a
yeah.
spot in Arkansas,
Yeah.
that it's a prison, and
Mhm.
it's like a stretch.
Oh,
Do not pick up hitchhikers. Could be escaped inmates. I was like, could you imagine the story?
it's like a slasher movie exists in real life. Like, oh, Smith's Grove is just right down the street.
Yeah. As soon as that happens, they put up the sign. It's like, we'll stop this.
But
yeah.
but you know what the thing is? That's what you got to think about is how many people,
Yeah.
how many guys did they catch? Like, tell him, Jimmy, we told you not to kill anybody. He's like, I do it for the thrill, boss. Like, how many people are like, look at this nice young man here. Let me help him. This fucking whacked. Like, oh God. And then people were like, okay, we got to warn people.
We have
We
to
have to
wa- we
warn
have to have a sign now.
Yeah,
We
like,
have to
that's-
have a sign.
Yeah.
Oh my
It's
God.
it's like danger well after a kid fell in.
Yeah. And that's the plot of the movie.
That's the ring. Ring right there.
Oh man. Any movies that you're looking forward to? Because I got a list.
What is coming out? I got to see Pray for the Devil. I got to see that tomorrow. I don't know if it'll be any. I don't know if it'll be any good or not, but I got to see it tomorrow. Oh yeah, this weekend they're re-releasing Dawn of the Dead in 3D. So that's one of my favorites. Yeah, the original. So like my wife's never seen it before, so we're going to go see that on Friday. That I'm really looking forward to.
That ought to be interesting.
Yeah.
That's damn, dude. That's just wild though. That they're re-releasing all these like movies.
Mhm.
I just feel like I just want to see a lot more of DC and like superhero stuff, but that's just me.
Well, of course.
That's
That's
the
just-
opposite of what my wife says.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
What is
she's
she
not
like?
into that at all. Like,
I got my wife into it. Like my wife saw Cyberpunk Edge Runners the other day with me,
mhm.
and it's so good.
I'm just glad they
my
stopped
wife
making-
loves The Boys.
Boys?
Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
The Boys is great. I love it,
It
too.
is.
My wife is, yeah, she's really into that. There's some stuff she likes. She's more apt to like something from DC than she
Mhm.
is like anything from the MCU. But I remember when when we went to go see Endgame, and she went with me because she was like, I know this is going to be like the highest selling movie of all time, so she's like, I figure I should go see it because everyone else is going to be seeing it. So it's opening night. We're at Endgame. It's packed. She is seated next to on the other side of her is like the loudest person in the theater. So it was just like hilarious that like she is seated next to this person and she's just kind of like whatever. And then when the movie ends, we're out in the lobby and people are like, there's people like crying in the lobby because of like the deaths that happen at the
Oh
end.
yeah, of
People
course.
crying in the lobby. And and Laura, my wife, is just like, oh my God. And I said to her, I go, what? I've seen you cry at movies. And her exact words were, yeah, at like Schindler's List.
Oh, bro.
That's true. That's true.
Oh, bro.
I love taking her to stuff that is so not her cup of tea.
No, God, no.
Man,
She's like,
I thought for sure you was gonna say, and she sat right next to Thanos, and
you won't do shit, bitch.
say one word, say one fucking word to them. Yeah.
No, she was seated next to someone who would yell whenever like a character would show up. So character would come back, the person next to her would be like, "Oh my God!" And then Laura would lean over to me and go, "Okay, who the fuck is that?"
That's Ant-Man. I don't know why I'm
That's-
excited.
Well, the new trailer came out, Quantum Zone for it.
Yeah.
Quantum Mania, I haven't seen it.
I am
Quantum Mania.
Quantum Mania. Yeah.
We'll see what the MCU is how they're
Yep.
gonna try to milk this. I'm
Ant-Man
excited.
and the Quantum of Solace.
Quantum.
Daniel Craig's gonna make a guest appearance. And
Bro,
Yeah.
everybody's in on it. Like, who was it that they just added? I posted it, not De Niro. What's his name?
Al Pacino.
No.
In the new Ant-Man,
Was in the Ghostbusters. He's in the original Ghostbusters.
Bill Murray.
Bill Murray. Bill Murray's.
Oh,
in
is he in it?
Bill Murray? Well, I don't know if he's an Ant-Man, but he's in the MCU. Like, I read an article about it.
I
Oh,
didn't know that.
nice.
Yeah,
I did not know that.
I don't care. I just want to see Bill Murray.
Oh,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah, exactly.
Bill Murray's in a movie.
Fuck what
I
he's
want to see it.
saying. I'm gonna go watch.
Yeah.
it. I don't care. That's a fucking legend right there.
Oh, definitely.
Dude, we almost had a chance to see him, Brad, in me and my friend Sean in New York, because his son
Yeah.
has a bar up there. And I saw an article reading the news. I was like, oh shit, we should go. And it says call for a reservation or just show up. We have plenty of space. Sean's
Yeah.
like, we should call for a fucking reservation.
Mhm.
No, it'll be fine.
It'll be fine. Yeah.
It's all good.
Oh, that night I got a notification from the news talking about it, and I was like, motherfucker, it was already filled up. Like,
Yeah.
nobody else got fucking close. I've heard stories about Bill Murray that he like fucks with people.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
he'll
Oh, yeah, yeah.
be like, no one will ever believe you.
Yeah. Classic. Like I've
I've
I'm
heard a
surprised. I'm
story.
in Chicago, so I'm surprised I've not run into him somewhere. Like I know people who have, and I'm always jealous. Like I want my Bill Murray story.
What do they say? Like, what do they say?
Just like what you said, or they'll see like he'll he'll start tending bars somewhere, or they'll see him at sometimes it's normal, like they'll see him at a restaurant and get a picture and it's like perfectly fine. And then there's ones where it's like, yeah, he'll be at this place and kind of start tending bar and pouring some drinks and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah. I heard
one day
where
it'll happen.
there was a house party and people went in the kitchen and they're like, is Bill Murray doing the dishes?
Yeah.
And people are going in and out of the kitchen, go like, he looks like Bill Murray. That's not Bill Murray. I mean, because they couldn't believe he's doing dishes.
Could you fucking imagine? He leaves, he's like, "Look, they're fucking dishes." And just walks out.
Yeah.
Who the fuck are you gonna tell that to? No one. He'll fucking buy a helicopter to pick him up. Be like, I wasn't there. I was over here.
I wasn't
I
there.
made it to
And then
I was in the south side of town. It's a
Must-
3-hour drive.
must have been a lookalike.
Must have been a lookalike.
Yeah.
They actually have a movie about Bill Murray sightings.
They do.
Yeah, they do.
Oh my god.
I haven't
He's-
seen it, but I heard about it.
You think you'll run into him?
I think I'm the only one in Chicago who hasn't.
After this episode, you will.
Yeah, exactly.
You walk outside and you're like, "Fuck me."
I knew it. He's my mailman.
He just goes, he's my mailman.
Yeah.
I thought you looked familiar. I thought you...
He just licks the envelope. Bro, you know how famous you got to be to do that and not give a fuck? Because like most
Oh
people,
yeah, you gotta be a legend.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
like most people be like, I want to get sued, and Bill Murray's like, hold my beer, bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they actually asked him about that. He was like at Comic-Con or something because of the Ghostbuster movie.
Yeah,
And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
his attorney's
Never
like,
happened.
I don't know what you're talking
you
about.
know that guy went to an attorney, like, listen, he's like, listen, possible deniability. What are you talking about?
What are you
Your
talking about? I was not
House in
doing
my
dishes.
house.
Yeah. I wasn't tending bar in New Orleans. I wasn't doing that.
That'd be illegal.
Yeah.
What you talking about?
I don't have a license.
Yeah, what you talking about?
I can't do that. Yeah.
Oh,
So,
dude, 100%, 100%. I would. Oh god, anything with Bill Murray, I'll watch.
oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You got somebody like that. You got like certain movies or things. Like I have like certain titles in video games that I won't pay full price unless it's those. Like Monster Hunter is one of those.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Monster Hunter.
I
Yeah.
will not pay full. Fuck that. I'll buy it when I'll rent it. But
Mhm.
there's certain, like Monster Hunter, Final Fantasies, I'll pay full price. Like,
Mhm.
love them. Love those games, dude. Love them. But movies, very rarely.
Yeah.
Very rarely, man.
With that, and I like Simon Pegg. He's always in a good movie.
Mm. What made you want to do movies like and do that? Like what made you like, because reviewing, a lot of people do that on YouTube and it's really
Yeah.
popular.
Mhm.
But what made
Yeah.
you like want to like stick with that?
I mean, I was always a movie guy. Like, I wasn't a sports dude or anything like that. Me and my friends, we grew up movie geeks, TV geeks, all of that. So, you know, we certainly have all the references in our head to make jokes and all of that. And we made a handful of movies a while ago, or early mid 2000s. Like, we did some, I wrote and directed a few like exploitation flicks, because I grew up I mean, I love all genres, but I definitely grew up a big horror exploitation guy. So I had made a few of those, and then YouTube had just started, and at the time there wasn't a lot like in the way of well, there wasn't a whole lot of shows on YouTube anyway, but like especially in the way of talking about old exploitation flicks. And I certainly had a big collection of them, whether it's like slashers or Italian horror films, old zombie movies, or Amazon cannibal movies. So I wanted to do something about that. And like, no one thought at the time that it'd be something you could do for a living. It really was just like, I'll do this as a lark, you know. It was I either I was in between jobs, or I just had a part-time job. I can't remember, but I had a lot of time. So I kind of just came up with this cinema snob character. The show's definitely evolved over the years, but at the time it was kind of, it was like a parody of like a highbrow art critic talking about exploitation movies and talking about him like, oh, he's above this, and is kind of making jokes like a mainstream critic talking about like, you know, something called porno holocaust. So that's how it started, and I really liked doing it. So I kept doing it, and YouTube had a time limit at the time. Like, videos couldn't be over 10 minutes, so they were a lot shorter then, and they were quicker to do back then. So I was doing it for a couple of years, until then the whole monetization thing started happening with another network called Blip TV. So then a lot of us just started doing it for a living. We started our own websites. We would collaborate a lot. We'd promote each other's videos, and we would kind of create these hub sites where you could see a lot of videos like ours. And it was easy for me, at least. It was easy to kind of evolve into doing it as a full-time gig, because I'd been doing it a couple of years, so I already had kind of a little bit of a following, and had just been doing it ever since. And it's been fun.
You stay consistent with it, like every day, every week, or something like that?
I'm always working on something. Like the Snob Show, that for a long time was when it started out, it wasn't every week, but then it turned into like a weekly show, and there's always new movies out. So, you know, there's always some new movie we're doing just like a quick review of. Now I'm kind of evolved into doing like longer episodes, because to be doing it so long, you do got to evolve your show. Like, for those of us who are still doing it in this genre, it isn't the same show now that it was 10, 15 years ago. Otherwise, you know, we'd all probably be bored doing it. So the shows do evolve and take on different types of movies, different types of tones, different ways of talking about the movies. And now I'm kind of in the middle of making this shift into like really long, like supersized episodes. Like I have now these episodes that go through like all of the movies in a certain year. I started with like 1980 in film, and it was like a 3-hour video, and put up one this year that was 1982 in film, and it was like 4 hours. And now I'm working on 1960 in film, which will be shorter because there was less movies released in 1960. That one might just be 2 hours.
Yeah. Well, is there something, an actor you want to see in a certain type of movie or a certain type of genre that you're looking forward to? Or if you had to make a movie and you would put these people in, who would you get? Who would you get?
I was wanted to work with George Lazenby.
Hmm.
He was James Bond and On Her Majesty's Secret Service. That's one of my favorite movies, and I like the kung fu movies he did in the 70s. We almost did. We reached out to him at one point when we were doing a movie a few years ago, and we had like nothing left in our budget. So, but eventually, like someday, I'll be like, man, it'd be really cool to work with Lazenby.
Dude,
Oh,
that'd be
that
dope.
would be dope. That
That'd
would
be
be.
pretty dope. And you certainly are a super busy person. Like I really appreciate you taking the time to do
Oh
this.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Like,
yeah. Thanks for having me on.
yeah, man, it's I'd love to have you back sometime as things keep
Oh
progressing.
yeah,
I think
anytime.
the best is yet to come. Like it's awesome that you're so consistent and you love it, dude. Can you give me the deets on where people can find you and find the channel and everything?
Yeah, our channel is youtube.com/stoned gremlin productions. We also have our archive site that's just thecinemasnob.com. We're on channelawesome.com, and you can find us on Twitter at the Cinema Snob. If you type in the Cinema Snob on Google, like it'll probably be me that comes up, or maybe like a porn parody or something. I'll be in there somewhere.
Well, everybody in Barbados will appreciate that because I don't think they have heard of Pornageddon.
Pornageddon.
Yeah.
That might be the only title I haven't come across.
Oh my
Something
God.
called Pornageddon.
He's on a mission. He's
Yeah.
on
I've seen Nardians of the Galaxy, but not that. Oh yeah, that exists.
Oh
Bro,
my
what
goodness,
the
that
fuck?
sounds horrible.
Jesus.
Baby
Brad's
Groot's a
surrounding.
dildo in it.
Oh God, no. What?
I'm
Oh,
like not even kidding.
Troll.
That
Dude,
happens.
no. Oh God. Well, Brad, I appreciate you doing this, man, and stick around,
Of
bro.
course.